I Want More Comics and Games presents New Comic Book Day, October 22nd, 2025. DCKO continues in issues of Justice League Unlimited 12 and Flash. Absolute Wonder Woman releases issue number 13. The new history of the DC Universe concludes. The Age of Revelation is upon us. Look out for a bunch of new series featuring these unique takes on familiar characters. Ultimates gets issue number 17. Scarlet Witch and Magic join Jeff in issue number 5. King Spawn hits issue 50. No Man's Land and Robert Kirkman's Skinbreaker get issue number 2. Tinny In's Exquisite Corpses drops issue number 6. Hello Halloween is a one-shot anthology celebrating the spooky holiday. Terminator Metal debuts, and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers go on a Halloween adventure of their own with a new special. Get what you want and more at iwantmorecomics.com.
Should just call this Richie's Tuesday from now on.
Why is it my Tuesday?
I'm not taking responsibility.
Well,
What are you talking about? That's
you're right.
all that's going on is definitely your fault. I don't know.
We are doing this live because I definitely had plenty of time to look through this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
website.
totally prepared. I've definitely reviewed every of books and things and stuff. Oh look, it's Wonder Woman week. Yeah.
Hey, look at that. We're finding out live.
Welcome to the Hype Show. Tuesday night it is. Richie and Keith here to give you that little preview, to point out that the website is open, to walk you through step by step, and maybe throw a highlighter at a couple one of these two.
That is correct. Everything you see is actually available to buy right now. You can't get them in the rack. That's tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, but you can pre-purchase and get these guys pulled before they run out. So beat the rush, jump in and buy now. It's a live show, so make sure to, especially today, come talk to us because there's a potential I'm going to be stalling while I continue to look at really cool stuff.
Yeah, if any of you guys would like to carry this show from the Peanut Gallery, we would appreciate it. We have no
Anybody.
problem.
I will lean on your shoulders. But we do have a few things that we can get right off the bat, and that is if we jump over to our filters page and maybe take a look at our new lineup of Age of X-Men, or Age, that's right, Age of X-Men? Revelation, thank you.
The X-Men in Age of Revelation.
There you go. We can take a look at the new ones that are all the new number ones dropping this week. As I believe I've said before, but there are 17 number one minis that are coming out in October. We are well deep inside of the Age of Revelation now. And there are, I think, some stellar covers. I did highlight that 1 in 25 on Last Wolverine. I think that cover's great.
Yeah, Puppeteer Lee does have some talent there. That is full show. I believe all of these books are scheduled to come out and wrap up by end of year.
Yep, they all end in December. That is correct.
This is rapid fire, body blows kind of thing going at you. Last Wolverine, interesting fact on it, was originally solicited as The Last Wendigo.
Yes.
And they changed it up with whether it was like an early curveball, so we didn't know too much, or whether it was just, hey, we should probably use Wolverine's name in the title of the book to sell things. Right. Whatever the meaning for that is. But it does look like that there is some Wendigo action going on there. So
really feels like that. The Omega Kids seem like it's somebody that shouldn't be a leader, being a leader again.
That little dippy Quentin Quire is back. Wreaking havoc. Maybe this time he'll be a hero. Who knows?
That's right. And Radioactive Spider-Man.
Because Spider-Man will always butt in. On all
yeah. Heaven forbid X-Men have their own thing without Spider-Man.
Like he's just coattail riding. No problem there. And Book of Revelation there, which does look mighty apocalypse driven,
It seems to be a little apocalypse driven. I'll give you that.
But, in all honesty, I gotta say I'm a little behind on reading this stuff. It's middle of the month is kind of one of the craziest times it's done. So I don't know, that could be just a absolute curveball there that they're throwing out. I encourage you all to report back to me and let me know.
Exactly. All right.
Do we got going?
Well, we can jump over to Dark Horse and talk about Captain Henry and the Graveyard of Time. This is for all of my fans of the Mignola universe, and the world of Hellboy. This is a 4-part miniseries written by and illustrated by Bruce Zeck, with Mignola in the background, kind of saying yes or no to certain things. Again, because it's Hellboy, it's a miniseries. I think it'll be interesting. It doesn't scream Hellboy automatically, so I think bringing attention to it's not a bad idea.
Definitely inside that universe. Mm-hmm. Nam was with us on the Wendigo, and Light One, welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday to you.
Nam, Light One, good to see you.
I think there was something. I'm gonna play the game of like click over to DC and grab me if you had something. I know
we can talk about DCKO if you want.
I guess that's something, right? You got
Flash.
So
Flash is correct, and then Justice League Unlimited are all going to be part of the continuing DCKO. If you were on DCKO All In, guess what? You're taken care of, my hold slap people. If you are wanting to follow all DCKO, those would be the ones to pick up. And these are the tough ones right here, because these are the ones that were purchased before we knew the power of it on the rack, right? So Keith did his best math to try to bring what he could. So these are the ones that always sell out quicker.
We have more than what we would have normally on those titles, but it's a big but there for that.
Correct.
I do know that I was thinking a special highlight on this variant here.
Variant, yes.
Racha Lynn, well known in my universe with Marvel cards.
Mm-hmm.
They did a very specific, Upper Deck did a entire series where she did portraits of 52 of the characters. It is absolutely amazing art, really looks well, and good to see Ratchet getting some time and highlight in Star Sapphire there, showing off pretty well. Also, just you always have to look at the variant choices of Harley Quinn.
I can scratch that off of my notes because I was saying Harley Quinn's variants are ridiculous this week.
Yeah, and while we definitely have fandom here in the store for Dave
DNA.
I like it. I'm partial to Frank Cho this week.
I think, and I know this could be conspiracy theory of me, but I really think that anytime they put out a pumpkin spicy variant, the rest of the variants were like, we're going to up our game. Because every single time this month that there's been, we've highlighted a variant, it was with a spicy. And I think I might be going crazy. Follow me. I know I'm the smoking guy pointing at the thread lines, but I'm telling you, I think everybody realized that they were going against it and wanted to make sure they could win.
Dare time, like you just says,
yeah,
show up or get shown up.
That's right. Because again, I agree with you. Harley Quinn's, all of them are good. I think they're great. But yep. I kind of lean toward the spicy as well. So,
if you missed Immortal Legend Batman #1, second prints are on the rack right now. Do not miss.
Mm-hmm.
That had good popularity there too.
It was very good, especially if you're even slightly into Kyle Higgins' writing on Radiant Black. You definitely want to read this Elseworld. It's really, really cool.
Yep.
We can move over to Oni Press and talk about a new #1 from the EC series. It's called Outlaw Showdown. Typically, EC does thriller, horror. This is going to be, your EC favorite horror stuff, but it's going to be leaning into Westerns and, revenge stories and such and the such.
I think they've done a really strong job inside this of keeping the spirit of EC into their comics. You see, I wouldn't call it anything specific, but you definitely see some times where, somebody uses a name on something and it doesn't quite live up to
they want the name to carry the comic instead of like putting the respect to the name with the intent, And
I always think of something that like it's kind of closer, like you've seen a lot of Hollywood like straight to VHS, sequels.
Mm-hmm.
I always, one of my funniest one I always think of is like American Psycho 2 with Mila Kunis.
Yes,
it's not American Psycho at all,
right.
But I think that Oni has kept the creative talent is really strong, the storytelling is really strong, and I think almost every one of them has had a Lee Bermejo to it. So like you're not going there, but I mean Tony Moore here, by the way, have a quick little
all the covers are very interesting and unique and catch the eye. So
yeah, it's been a strong representation for the property.
We can jump over to a studio that I have been waiting for new stuff. AWA Studios has got a new one called Gaia. It's a one shot from the Gaia series, and I'm very excited to have a proprietous collection. I really liked AWA when they kicked off. I think that they suffered from the COVID issues and have still been trying to recover. You usually know more inside baseball than me on that, Keith, but they were really big right before 2020. Like we had like every number one that they were doing, we were just automatically adding 15 people to it because it was such a good production company. So
yeah, and I feel like an old man now. It's so long I can't remember. I know Alexa Alonso is there, and it was Bill Jemas. So some of your strongest parts of Marvel in the 90s and 2000s came together to do AWA. They obviously have massive contacts with creative talent.
Yes.
So they were bringing A game all the way through. Like we had success here with was a big one.
What was their zombie one? 0 Point or something?
Year Zero.
Year Zero. Yep.
Year Zero was really strong. That was and then Straczynski's The Resistance.
Yes.
So really, really big deal type stuff going on out there. Really, really solid stuff. And it's always good to see like this one shot, kind of like,
just keep the flame alive.
Story. Yeah. Yeah. Like you're going to get it front to back right here and not worry if, you're going to get left hanging and forget about it by the time the next one comes out.
Agreed. We can talk about some cool variants on Marvel's side with Jeff number 5. Scarlet Witch and Magic are featured on the covers this week, and I thought that is pretty cool. I liked all the covers there. Yep.
Yeah, I mean
that's just good in general. Just the main is fine.
It's it's going to be popular there. I also, my Trondom.
Yep.
I don't care if people say, it bombed, I mean, it did. It obviously didn't do the numbers they wanted to, but just to think of Sidecar Jeff having a blast on the grid.
That's great.
Kind of idea there and all this. So you have a lot going on here. Covers have always been killer on the Jeff books. Just fun at a level. So good that Sean had to name his dog Jeff.
That's correct. He likes it that much. We can talk about actually a little bit of a milestone that I can't believe we're already at, but we can go to Image Comics and talk about King Spawn hitting issue 50. That is a big one, and I can't really fathom that we've gotten to 50 issues on King Spawn, which means that it will kind of cascade down into Scorched and such as well. But here we are.
Yeah, the big blow up of the Spawn universe at issue 300 inside Spawn, where there really was a big expansion. There was a focus on this. You can see out this week also here, Gunslingers at 48, so it's a little bit there. Some of the issues they're not necessarily lined up about coming out at the same time because there's kind of a little bit of a like, when is the story ready? Like turning around and doing stuff like this. But King Spawn, the story is there, but with an anniversary issue, they're going to bring big time artists for the variants. Scotty Young, this will be hugely popular.
Heads up.
I ordered a lot, and there's no way I ordered enough.
Yeah. Heads up for those that like this Scotty Young cover. You might want to look at the other ones that are turning 50. Maybe there might be a theme. Scotty Young.
maybe something to think about.
Yeah.
For hold slots, also, this is one of the parts of the program that kind of gets buried sometime until you hear it. But like we do have, some subscription lists to chase your favorite cover artists.
Yes.
So we have a standing pull for Scotty Youngs, for Art Germs, for J. Scott Campbell. These types of artists that basically, if your fandom is give me everything that they do, we do allow a pull list on that, and we'll keep an eye out for you and add you to the pieces as they come out. So
yeah,
if it's something you're interested in, you can contact the shop and ask about it. And you know that there are other artists out there. If they only come out with something really rare, we probably don't build a list on it.
right.
But if there's somebody who's continual, who's habitual, and all this, even if we don't have a list today and all this, we can look at building you a list.
Yeah,
and
one of the ones that is I think deserves one but doesn't do a lot is Lozano. Like I've heard a couple of people like I want all that, and I'm like, well, he does one every 4 or 5 months, so
it's close. I know that I'd have to have a Frisson list, except for you just add yourself to everything anyway.
That's correct.
So,
yep, yeah, it's easy.
You know, you're kind of covered that way, but you know,
right.
we'll talk. You know, not a problem. Yeah. You can always ask us.
While we're in Image, we might as well talk about issue number 2 that I'm highly interested in, which is Skinbreaker. David Finch, Robert Kirkman's original story about legacy and responsibility. We only had issue 1 as a PDF to read early, so I'm really interested to see if this is going to project into something very unique, or are we kind of sitting into a main storyline that I know that there's got to be tricks around the corner, and I want to find out quickly with Skinbreaker.
We have about 5 of that Treasury edition, so that's going to be the taller than Richie sized comic.
Yep. I use it as a bunk bed.
Yep. So if you're interested in that, but I only have a couple because we kind of ordered to what sold off the last one. So if it's something you want to continue, definitely ask. And another one of those options that telling a hold slots, hey, you could just subscribe to the Treasury if you'd like to.
You can. Let's jump over to Boom Entertainment and talk about a comic that sounds very familiar and basically is the same thing, but it's called Hello Darkness, or Hello Halloween. Hello Darkness. It's exactly what I was getting at. Is Hello Halloween is an anthology series that is a special one-shot from basically the Hello Darkness team. R.L. Stein and all sorts of other people that are going to be on this bad boy are doing small short stories with a Halloween feature in it. A lot of great talent, and of course a Frisson variant. But I didn't highlight the Frisson variant. I did actually highlight this one right here.
Yeah, this Bastain is absolutely just it's on target for theme.
Yeah, it's so good.
So really fantastic there. But I will, bring it up one time because Frisson has created a fandom.
Look at that cat. It's cracking me up. It's amazing.
Fantastic.
All right. So from there, let's go to Dynamite Entertainment and talk about a very confusing title from back in the day called Terminator Metal #1.
Confusing.
Yes. My favorite part about the Terminator Metal was there was a moment where they were selling the Terminator comic that was out during the time when they were talking about this. There was a metal cover for Terminator, and then there was Terminator Metal, but not a metal cover. So we're finally here. We're finally here with Terminator Metal #1, which I feel like we've been waiting forever. I think this was one of the Diamond problem.
It is
stories.
We're just entering the last stages of all the things that we thought we were getting in the April-May timeline, but that Diamond was not willing to pay for, was turning around withholding money. If you want to have a really fun, hit Google and lawsuit, look up lawsuit Dynamite Diamond.
It is almost as good as Game of Thrones. Like there's a lot of like houses that won't talk to each other. Yeah.
$1.7 million lawsuit right now going on, and arguments and mudslinging and fun. But I am very happy to say that Dynamite has escaped the evil clutches and is now over with Lunar. Yep. And so we are getting all this stuff back on track, and we're seeing the things come out. So it may be
a good comeback for Dynamite in 2026.
Yeah, there's going to be a catch up. I do think, I'm almost certain on this, it's 2 weeks out. There is a Terminator Metal blind bag.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So the blind bag, just so you know, I'm gonna verify it here because I think it was one of the ones, the first one that they had that was 2 books inside of it. One of them was going to be the blank Authentics, and one was going to be special, what could be a random, one of the 5 random covers and all this.
Right.
Looking at it right now, we only ordered a couple of them because we didn't have pre-orders on it. But yes, it was. It has movie posters as well as line art variants and alternate foils. So there's actually a little bit more going on with the blind bag on this one. It will be a $15 one, but because of production,
this was the one that was you get two. Is this one?
I'm verifying that the blind bag contains 2 separate limited edition comics, Unstoppable, featuring a unique variant cover drawn at random from the range of arts. And so this one I think was one of the really good deal kind of thing. So keep it on an idea. Like it's there, but you're like, whoa, did I miss it? No, it's deliberately delayed because production will take extra amount of time to get them bagged and get them set. So we don't. They were always planned to be release date. I have on that looks like two weeks out.
There you go. From there, we can go to Marvel and talk about some variants real quick. For Marvel Zombies, that's dropping. I thought that was on brand.
You trying to stay with the Halloween theme?
Yes and no.
So there's the Marvel Zombies red band number 2.
Yep.
And plenty of chaos and goodness.
Just a lot of insanity on every cover, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, that's it feels like really like World War Z-ish.
Yes.
Like it's that level of zombie chaos as opposed to just a couple people in a mall.
Mambo cleared up the metal cover thing. Thank you, Mambo. Appreciate that.
And this one's obviously homage to Secret Wars. Solid options. Really good options. Adam Warren on that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. The next one we can talk about, it's a quick one because I don't know too much about it, but it does have our friend David Pepos on it, which is from Mad Cave Studios, Speed Racer Tales from the Road, featuring X. The thing is that as much as I don't know about Speed Racer, I do have faith in David Pepos. So Mark London and him are teaming up to tell kind of like one-shots of on the road stories from the Mach 5 universe.
It makes a lot of sense. Speed Racer has just come back with another series done by Mad Cave and launched real heavy, bigger numbers than I thought it was going to hit right away. So there's stuff going on there. I also see here when we're talking about number ones, if you guys want to check out Warwolf here from Mad Cave is a new number 1 this week. And I mean, if you don't have to know any kind of story, you just want to know that kind of level of craziness going on there. Steve Orlando writing you out there.
All right. And then you went to Warwolf, which is actually something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, well, then continue the conversation, sir.
Yeah. Warwolf here is from Steve Orlando, and this is an amazing story of a gentleman that has basically lied to the entire planet about protecting them from an alien invasion. It was by circumstance, and everyone decided he'd be the hero of the planet and then made him president of everything. And now the alien invasion has come back to fight, and everyone's looking to him to help again. And so how long can he keep this up before everything goes to hell? Knowing that Steve Orlando's behind the writing duties here, I know this is going to be a zany, hilarious, good time. And I really wanted to highlight this from Mad Cave.
Nice. Let's see if I had any. I don't think I had anything else that stuck out to me right away, but again, I browsed quickly. So
the only thing else that I brought that I thought, I understand that it has a Prism variant, but it was more along the lines of it's been a really good book. And for DC heads like me, I think it's mandatory reading. New History of the DC Universe is coming to an end with its 4th issue. And it's basically been kind of collectively re-establishing what is lore for DC. Mark Waid's been at the helm of this and been using a lot of stories that have come out in the last 3 decades and kind of been purposely fixing them to make them work all the way through a timeline, which has been just exciting. There's power levels, there's different eras. It looks, I can't say that James Gunn cares about this stuff, but it does look like he's following the same suit in the idea from the first one, and then the hints at history we got from Superman. So if you're into that kind of stuff, that really likes mapping out full histories, as we continue to ever evolve the story that is DC, this is a unique book that kind of explains it. I'm sure it's going to be a really cool trade paperback or a collected edition later, if you did miss out. But there is a stunning Frisson variant as well on there.
Your variants choices are actually pretty tough on this too, because
I really like the DC Universe one with the rebirth kind of.
Yeah, you can't ignore the Dan Mora Super Sons.
Mm-hmm.
That's got popularity. It looks like we have just sold out of the Koblish one.
Yeah, that was an insane. I believe the Koblish was featured at New York Comic Con. It was featured at San Diego as well. At their booth, they had a huge poster of like all of them together. So yeah, it's kind of like a la Perez. You put everything you can on it.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense there. But we do have other copies there. This book has constantly been one that people have asked to get into late. So it is always turning around and getting there. We keep adding more each time that we order. So it has been solidly popular for that.
To continue on variant I Spying, Marvel and Fantastic Four #4 has some incredible stuff. A couple themes ones like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Muppets and the Scotty Young connecting cover that's been recently going out. But the Steve Rude variant is insane, as well as the Massafera.
That looks just great. That's so right there. Massafera's got the new Silver Surfer.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool. And of course, the Disney Farrakhan one is always welcome.
Mm-hmm. They do these classic what if homages. So this is in reference to Fantastic Four 252. Yeah, just crazy level. Even the Gonzo is pretty. The White Tiger variant is really fun up there. So. Yeah, lots to choose for there. Nom brings up seems like a smaller week. It's a little bit smaller, like it's a little bit kind of more focused, but
it's because they beat the crap out of us on October 1st for reasons I'll never understand. That everything feels a little lighter.
You want them to just kind of keep it nice and even, so they all right. The rack each week. But no, there's always that haha we got 'em moment where.
I will lightly mention that there are 2 #2s that are coming out. So if you enjoyed #1 to pick up, it is Dan Bretton's Nocturnals from Dark Horse is on issue #2. That's the kind of like scary Halloween themed 4-issue series that's coming out in the form of a gun witch story or arc, that is. And then No Man's Land from Image Comics, which was that whodunit surrounded by the threat of Cold War.
Been focused on movie homage covers there, Silence of the Lambs and Spy
Correct.
Seconds.
All done by Simon Kurdansky.
Yeah,
so
really solid stuff there and all that.
Which I think, I don't know if it's a publishing thing. I'm not sure what the One Man Art Comics is. Do you think that's Simon's publish, like his umbrella under Image maybe?
Oh, it is the first time I've noticed that. But
that's the first time I noticed too.
That is definitely imprint.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, if you're doing enough with Image to kind of create an imprint, and Kurdansky's work now does span enough that they would turn around and grant him imprint level.
That's cool.
So it's usually what you guys see with this is it's either shared universe or creator type thing. So like Miller World started it. A long time. Well, I say Miller World started it, but realistically, with all of the original Image founders, they all had their own thing.
Correct.
And then Kirkman got Skybound, so it's like that type of thing. But yeah, that is the first time I've seen one-man art on that, and that does make sense considering
he does it all.
His work is him. He writes, he covers, he does the interiors. It's all 100%.
We got about a minute, which means that I can absolutely bring up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 12 from IDW Comics. Yes, there's a stunning Eastman cover with Shredder on it, which means that we're getting Shredder back. But the big thing about this is the finale for Jason Aaron's story. So if you've been following it since its new iteration, this is the conclusion of his arc. When we kick off the next issue 13, we're going to have a blind bag and everything celebrating the new creative team.
Really, really good arc. If you did not read it, you should put it on your list of must-have trades to find. I try to help you out with issues, but I don't think we're going to have a full run.
Yeah, no,
it was a little bit too popular for that. But variant-wise, again, like you said, Eastman has 2. They even gave him the 1 in 10 here if you just want the pure Eastman art. So,
well, there you go.
As Nam's point is here, not a complete show unless Richie gets his turtles.
Nam has a point.
Richie has it in the contract. It's about Frisson, Batman, and Turtles. And we can't help you with Batman this week because I don't think DC can help us with Batman. I think they're letting everybody else have a moment in the spotlight.
They accidentally forgot him.
51 out of 52 weeks a year you get Batman, but
that's right.
It's a little bit off. So thank you one and all for joining us. Again, this is on the website right now, iwantmorecomics.com. Feel free to place your orders. You can select in-store pickup and save yourself the shipping, or if you are somebody who needs it shipped, we do offer it, not a problem. All the whatever's not bought out tonight will be on the rack tomorrow starting at 10 a.m.
There you go.
So enjoy your night, and we will catch all of you then.
See ya.
I Want More Comics and Games presents New Comic Book Day, October 22nd, 2025. DCKO continues in issues of Justice League Unlimited 12 and Flash. Absolute Wonder Woman releases issue number 13. The new history of the DC Universe concludes. The Age of Revelation is upon us. Look out for a bunch of new series featuring these unique takes on familiar characters. Ultimates gets issue number 17. Scarlet Witch and Magic join Jeff in issue number 5. King Spawn hits issue 50. No Man's Land and Robert Kirkman's Skinbreaker get issue number 2. Tinny In's Exquisite Corpses drops issue number 6. Hello Halloween is a one-shot anthology celebrating the spooky holiday. Terminator Metal debuts, and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers go on a Halloween adventure of their own with a new special. Get what you want and more at iwantmorecomics.com.